Tobin, it's a pleasure to welcome you.
It's great to be here.
You represent a great set of universities, association of major universities in the US, and you had mentioned earlier that about 60 plus universities here and a couple of them in Canada. Yeah. So we wanted to understand, the purpose of coming together of all these universities. One is obviously to share knowledge and learnings, but besides that, the other important element and an important one is financial sustainability. So I would like to learn from you how that goes about.
Yeah, so AAU was created in 1900 really to improve the quality of U.S. graduate education. These days, we focus a tremendous amount of attention on ensuring the sustainability of the government support that really has been critical to advancing U.S. research, but supporting the work that's done at our research universities, not only the innovation, but that money supports the graduate students, even undergraduate students who are doing the research, who become the scientists, the next scientists. So we make the case to the federal government, to our U.S. Congress and the executive branch about the importance of that funding, not only to our universities, but to the nation as a whole.
The question I want to ask is, you said there's a mix of both public and private universities, and obviously government decided, as you mentioned earlier, after the Second World War, that the progress of science and technology should go through the universities, and that means grants and funding to major institutions. But people have this conception that government typically funds public universities, not so much as private, because private have very rich endowments. But that is not the case, though.
Yeah, in fact, it's interesting because of our federal, state, local system. When we talk about public universities, a large portion of the public funds come from the states. When it comes to federal funding, and that money often goes to student support. So it supports the students at the university and the education piece. The research piece, again, growing out of World War II, the commitment was to fund competitively research at institutions, both public and private, based upon the quality of the research proposals that faculty from those institutions submit to government agencies.
When it comes to knowledge sharing, again, there is healthy competition between different universities, obviously, but there is a gap when you compare the universities at state level, then at the national level, and of course the bigger names, the Harvards, the MITs, and the Cornells of the world. So where do you think the best collaboration takes place so everybody down the stream can benefit with the knowledge sharing?
Yeah, first of all, there's a lot of collaboration, and we have great public research universities in the U.S., Cal Berkeley, Michigan, and the list goes on. So there's a lot of collaboration that occurs there. I think in the U.S. there's been even more emphasis too on even smaller non-AAU institutions and how to help develop emerging research universities. So I think there's a focus on that right now, and I think that's really important because, again, universities, in terms of what they contribute to their local communities, to their states, and the people they educate. In fact, the other thing is that even right now, we're looking at community colleges, small universities. How do we get community colleges students to transfer into both our public and private universities? So I think there's a lot of collaboration that needs to occur to support the development of the workforce that we need for the future.
So then I'm assuming the natural and the logical next step is to expand beyond the borders of US and reach out to other countries where they have great institutions in Asia. And of course you are now at the PanIIT conference, and IITs are the preeminent institutions, and it has brought a lot of goodness to not just to the US but across the world through their alumni. So your take on how you want to take this further into India especially?
Yeah, so about a year ago, over a year ago, our government through the National Security Council, in talking about a new initiative, the Initiative on Emerging and Critical Technologies, or Critical and Emerging Technologies, ICET, approached us to talk about whether there were opportunities for us as an association to work to bring U.S. research universities together to increase our collaboration with India. And there's already been a lot of collaboration between individual institutions, AAU members, with IITs, some of the private universities in India. And so we were looking at how AAU as an association could help facilitate that. We brought together a group, a task force, which actually has 5 AAU presidents and chancellors who are the co-chairs of that group. Great interest in doing that. There's been tremendous enthusiasm about how we do it. And back in the summer, we issued an initial report. We'll be issuing a final one that really starts to get at how can we work across institutions to promote these type of collaborations, not just faculty to faculty collaborations, but what can institutions be doing at that higher level to promote the collaboration. And I just want to say something about the importance of them from us. I mean, we've recognized, if you look at startup companies in the US, more are started by immigrants than by U.S.-born citizens. So we recognize the value of the talent. We need to make sure that it's a two-way street, though, that U.S. talent is going to India. And so that's part of where our emphasis will lie.
Thank you, Tobin. Appreciate you coming and sharing all this information. And I'm sure we'll have great collaborations going forward.
Yes, happy to do so, and really excited about what we're doing and the work we're doing on building these collaborations with Indian institutions. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.